Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to the channel Bookables. Today I'm here to do another romantic specific trope video. If you don't know, in the world of books in general, there's different tropes with any sort of genre. I've been doing a lot of romance trope ones because I love them. I love a lot of the tropes. Today I'm doing fake dating. I've done this video once before a few years ago, but obviously since then I have read a lot more romance books and a lot more romance with fake dating. What is the fake dating trope, you may ask? About two characters that hatch up a scheme to fake date, that they're actually in a relationship, but they're really not. It helps either one of them or both of them for some sort of outcome in between. And I'm sure you can guess throughout the book, they realize that these fake feelings that they have, who would have thunk it, become real. You get the gist. Either way, it starts off as a fake relationship. You know what I'm saying? I will link my previous fake dating recommendation video down below, but without further ado, let's get into the news. So my first one I have is the most recent fake dating one I read, and that's actually from this year, and that is The Catch by Amy Lee. This one is a summary book that I would say is great to read. It takes place in a small, like, lobster type of town, but we follow a character named Mel, who is an Instagram influencer. At the beginning of this book, she gets a great opportunity to kind of review this great like hotel spa place in Canada, but then her reservations gets mixed up, so she has to find somewhere to stay in Nova Scotia for a week beforehand. And so she finds this really random, very kind of beat up B&B in this very small town. I forget exactly where it's called. And there she meets the owners of this B&B. It's cousins, and one of them is Evan, and he is a grumpy and surly lobster fisherman. And basically you think like it's just gonna go from there. It's grumpy woman sunshine. No, he gets in a boating accident and Mel is with him and he's in the hospital, and she's like, I don't want to leave him alone, so I'll just pretend to be his fiance in order to gain access to his room. And then all of his family comes in from out of town and they just assume that she's his fiance. And they decide to kind of go on pretending to be that because his family's in a lot of turmoil. Both his mom and his aunt are not talking to each other, and so they think maybe this fake relationship could bring amends to it, and they don't get along with each other at first at all. They're like, he's like, you're too like preppy and, you know, fashionista, and I'm just a humble lobster fisherman. But either way, they all fake date, and of course you can guess with all of these, the fake feelings become real. Like I said, it was set in a small town, very summery, fake relationship. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun time, and I would highly recommend it. Next up, we have Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is book 2 out of the Brown Sisters series. This one follows Danny Brown, and she is professor at this college. And basically what happens is the elevator gets stuck one day, and who should come rescue her but the security guard who she's been friends with, and they become trending on Twitter, if you will. And so they decide to fake a relationship for him because he also does like this nonprofit thing to get more like revenue, I guess, from it, like more attraction to it. And they are friends and they just decide to fake date and they go on from there. And it's super cute, super steamy. I thoroughly loved it. This is one of the ones where they fake date where they're actually have a good relationship beforehand. Like they're friends, everything's great. Because usually it's like, I guess we can fake date even though I hate you. And then they really end up liking each other. This one's like, maybe the guy's been kind of pining her for a while, so this kind of works out in his way. So this kind of works out for him in the end, you know what I'm saying? It was super cute. Next up is The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams. This one follows two best friends. I guess I should say it's not very for that to happen, but it is about two friends. One of them is a pro football player and one is she owns her own ballet studio, and I forget how exactly they come into a fake relationship. She needs money or something like that, and he decides to be in a fake relationship, but they've clearly been pining for each other for forever. So everyone's like, thank God they're faking a relationship because maybe that'll bring their real feelings out to each other because they've been in love with each other for so long. If you read Sarah Adams, you know her books. They're very clean romances, but man, they are so sappy, but they are so freaking cute. I loved them. I loved the relationship of this one. It was best friends. They both wanted each other and they just never had the guts to say it. It was super cute. Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This is one that follows two characters, Dr. Brianna, who at the beginning of this book is going through a divorce. She is kind of bitter. She's also an ER doctor, and she wants to become the chief of the ER. And so she's thinking that's going to be next. She's next in line. Everything's going great. But then she gets word that this new doctor's coming, Dr. Jacob, and he might be the new chief. And so she's reasonably pissed about that. She's like, I put in my time. I paid my dues. I want to be the chief. And so she writes a really not so nice letter to Jacob. She's like, screw you, guy. And he responds, he's like, hey, I have no notion to, be the chief. I'm just here for like a job, And so basically what starts from there is they start writing each other back and forth. They become friends. She learns more about him. And then she learns that he is dealing with a lot in his own life too. His brother is marrying his ex-fiance. And so she's like, crap, that sucks. You have to be alone. So how about I'll pretend to be your girlfriend. That way it's not so awkward at family events. You don't have to be alone through all of this. I can be there for you. I'll just kind of be your plus one, your friend that's going to help you out. And it's just super, again, adorable. This one deals a lot with heavier topics, like I told you, with divorce, social anxiety as well. And I loved it. They, very much are in each other's corner with this whole fake relationship. And it's very organic how it transpires into a real one. Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This one is about a character named Farley, who is a female comedian, and she's doing great. She's about to get explosive on the screen. Her manager is named Meyer, who was also a previous comedian. And basically what happens is she gets approached by these other two women comedians. They're like, hey, we want you to come on tour with us. It's just going to be big. We're going to blow it up, but you need some more social online presence. We need to buzz. So how about we do a PR relationship? And Meyer's like, fine, me and Farley will pretend to be in a relationship together. It'll kind of boost her showings, I guess you could say, just online happenings. And they too, it's like the case of the cheat sheet where they both have been pining for each other for literal years, but have just never said it. Why? I don't know. Who knows? But it makes for a good book, okay? Of course, decide to fake date for this PR stunt, if you will. And of course, they realize, oh man, I really do love them. But it just gets more evident, and with the whole fake thing, it becomes real, and it's super cute. And I love that it features a female comedian as well. And also, Meyer is a single dad in this book, and his daughter's death, so it features a lot of ASL, which I really also appreciated as well. I have an oldie but goodie, Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. This is about a character named Georgie, who is a clown. Literally, it's what she does. And she's been in love with her brother's best friend for forever, named Travis. He was a pro baseball player but got injured, so now he's kind of back in town. He's working for her brother and things like that. But he gets the opportunity to be a broadcaster, I guess you could say, on baseball, but they kind of want him to clean up his image. They want him to appear more of a family man. And Georgie's like, well, how about we just fake date? That way it seems like you're in a loving, committed relationship. You're good. And so they decide to do that. And if you've read any of Tessa Bailey books before, she writes real steamy books. This is one of my favorites by hers. I really enjoyed it, other than the fact that he calls her baby girl 50,000 times, and I wanted to punch him in the throat for that. But I really enjoyed it. It was a great fake dating one. Also had the brother's best friend trope in it as well, so you get 2 for 1 in this book. Then I also have Fake It Till You Bake It by Jamie Wesley. This one, again, is about another ex-pro professional player. This one's about a ex-pro football player, but he owns his own bakery now. How cool is that? Also followed Jada, who was on The Bachelorette, or she was on The Bachelor, I believe. And at the end, when he gave her that final rose, or he got down on one knee, and was like, will you marry me? She was like, no, I'm good. And so people kind of hate her now. And so she basically gets a job at this guy's bakery, and they decide to fake date in order to help kind of his bakery's business. Also kind of repair her celebrity status, her image as well. And it's super cute, set in a bakery, fake relationship. I loved it. Lastly, I have The Wedding Crasher by Mia Soso. This one is about a character named Solange who is helping her sister, because it's the second book in the series, who is a wedding planner at this one wedding. And she's in the stairwell, and she hears the bride kind of confessing love for another man. And she's like, oh crap, this is not good. So she tells the groom, hey, this is what's going on, and you should probably not get married. And so she kind of destroys, I guess you could say, a wedding. And so she feels really bad about the groom, because he also he needs like a marriage, you know. It's like one of those books where it's like you have to like be in a relationship to get this will type of thing, you know, those books that make no sense. That's this one. And so she's like, crap, I feel bad that he's in this situation because I put him in this, like I perpetually made him single. So she's like, fine, I'll fake date you in order to help you get the things you need to get. And of course, ... you can guess where it's going, literally a mile away. We all can. But either way, again, it was super cute. So there you have all of my fake dating recommendations, ones that I really loved and adored and would highly recommend. If you have any more, which I do, I still have more. I still have The Right Move by Liz Tomford, a great one that I love. It's again about a basketball player that fake dates his roommate. Super cute, loved it. Also, Two Wrongs Make a Right by Chloe Leese is another great fake dating one that I loved and adored. That one's kind of like a Shakespeare novel as well. Also, The Bodyguard by Catherine Center is another great one. Like, I could go on and on and on, honestly. So maybe I'll do a part 2 of this. But I would love to know if you have any. Leave them down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.